Imagine a medieval Europe where no corpses lined streets, no villages fell silent, no cries of "bring out your dead." That almost happened if the Black Death never reached Europe's ports in 1347. The plague killed millions and reshaped continents. But what if rats never boarded those merchant ships in Sicily? What if Europe's population doubled instead of halved? Let's rewrite history. Our story starts with one twist. The Mongols never besieged Kaffa in 1346. Without that attack, diseased rats don't reach ships bound for Europe. The Black Death stays confined to Central Asia. Europe's population keeps booming, over 100 million by 1400, twice the real number. More people doesn't guarantee progress. In fact, it might hinder it. Pre-plague Europe was a feudal pressure cooker. Too many peasants, not enough land. When the plague hit, laborers became scarce. Serfs demanded wages, lords lost power, and the old system crumbled. Without this crisis, feudalism tightens its grip. Surplus labor keeps serfs cheap and powerless. There's no rise of a middle class, no worker rebellions. The Renaissance is delayed. Art and science thrive when people have time to think, not when they're mired in drudgery. Europe remains fragmented, too busy with overcrowding to invent printing presses or challenge the church. Now look east. While Europe stagnates, the Islamic world accelerates. Historically, the Black Death devastated the Middle East, killing Cairo's scholar Ibn Khaldun and gutting Timur's armies. But here, the plague never crosses into Mamluk or Ottoman lands. Islamic universities in Cairo and Baghdad keep innovating. Trade routes flourish. By 1450, the Ottomans, not Europeans, dominate the Mediterranean. Their ships, armed with advanced navigation tools, round Africa's tip and discover Europe. Imagine Sultan Mehmed II's envoys docking in London, not Columbus in the Americas. The biggest ripple is across the Atlantic. Historically, Europe's post-plague labor shortage drove the slave trade. No plague, no urgent need for colonial plantations. Spain and Portugal remain focused on Mediterranean politics. The Americas stay isolated for centuries longer. The Aztec and Inca empires solidify power, building pyramids rivaling Europe's cathedrals. When contact finally happens, it's on their terms, with iron weapons, immunity to Eurasian diseases, and unified armies. Cortés becomes a footnote. Yet there's a dark twist. Crowded feudal Europe might explode outward anyway. Desperate for land, kings launch earlier wars of conquest. Picture Viking-style raids on medieval steroids. 12th century Crusader states morph into permanent colonies in Africa or the Americas. Without gunpowder or advanced ships, these invasions fail, leaving Europe trapped in endless conflict. The New World stays untouched until a more advanced power rises, perhaps China. Here's the kicker. If Europe doesn't colonize, someone else will. The Ming dynasty's treasure fleets explored the Indian Ocean in the 1400s. Without European interference, maybe Admiral Zheng He's ships crossed the Pacific. Imagine Chinese merchants trading with the Aztecs, exchanging silk for cocoa, and introducing Confucian philosophy to Tenochtitlan. Globalization begins, but centered in Beijing, not Rome. Does humanity win here? It's complicated. No plague means no Renaissance, but also no slave trade. No smallpox genocide, but no scientific revolution. The world becomes a mosaic of powerful, clashing empires. None dominant, all evolving. Yet one lesson is clear. History isn't just shaped by kings and wars. Sometimes it's a single rat on a ship that changes everything. What do you think? Would a plague-free world be better, or just different? Let's debate in the comments. And if you want more mind-bending alternate histories, subscribe below.
This is Bytes of Goats, where we don't just talk about history, we learn from it. See you in the next one.